welcome to From Days to Years. We're so excited you're here. I'm here with my awesome co-host, Heather.
Hi, Angela. Good. How are you?
Good. So we're here, just the two of us, no special guests today. We are special guests.
Yes, we're our special guest. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Wait, we should get a song.
That should be our
You
TikTok.
want me a song? Okay, that's gonna be a song. I love it. That's our song.
Ooh, I'm coming up with a lot of songs right now for
Are you?
two. Bicycle built for two.
I love that. Maybe we should just do the songs and what do you call it, interloop them or
Yeah,
something
I don't
together.
know. E knows how to do that, I'm sure of it.
E knows
Or
how
she
to
wants to learn how to do it. She's like, shut up, Heather.
Today we're going to talk about cruises, and I've been on about 13,
I've been on 0.
but she wants to go.
I want to go.
She wants to go.
My husband's a big no on cruises, though.
So I know people who have said they will never go on a
You'll never
cruise.
go on a
It's
cruise.
terrible. And they've gone, and then they're on the 10th cruise in the same year.
No, we'll just tell you that everything that can go wrong on a cruise ship will go wrong with my husband on the ship.
So that's the thing. So
It's just the way he rolls. I feel like he manifests it, and then
Oh.
it just, happens.
well, then that might not be
Yeah,
good.
he's an airline. I think I've kind of mentioned this. He's an airline person. He's worked in the airline industry, and so he's really into
Okay.
just he's about getting to the destination, and he doesn't like being stuck. We once did a Club Med.
Yeah.
And then we found out that we were at an assigned table, and we
Yeah.
did that the first night. And then we quickly discovered where there were the little single tables for 2.
Okay.
And that's where we stayed for the rest of our stay at Club Med.
Well, see, so if you don't like being confined to one space, you might not like cruising. So
Yeah.
think of cruising as
I love the idea.
the-
I could live
a floating Vegas hotel.
Yeah, my dream when I
That's
read
what it
about
is.
those cruises that are like years, they just spend the whole year rotating.
Repositioning cruises?
Well, those, but there's actually people who rent a stateroom and they live on.
Yes.
That is my dream come true.
Living on a cruise ship. You can do that sometimes for less money than where
Yes.
you actually
I read
live.
those stories. So if you're one of the writers who writes those stories, I love your stories. But yeah, but no, in Seattle, they used to have the repositioning cruises.
They still have them.
They would go from Seattle up to, they were trying to move it up to Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it was $50
Yeah.
for that one night and included 2 meals.
Yeah.
And I thought, you can't even go out to eat for cheaper than this.
So we want to go on those when Reggie retires, or when I
Yeah.
retire, or when one of us retires, or no, actually him, because he's the one that's making the money right
Oh,
now.
I'm going back to work. You just watch out. No, I'm kidding.
No, she's not. She's staying with me together. We're two together.
Sorry, Alex. We're retiring together. Of course, I also have another friend who wants us to retire and get houses side by side, one for our husbands and one for us. So you could join us in
Okay,
that.
that's fine. That's fine.
She cooks.
We gotta have
too.
E too.
She's a great cook.
He has to come too.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 4 men, 4 women.
Yeah.
We're gonna build a big fence.
Put the men on one side, the women on the
Yeah,
other
but
side.
I don't even want to see or hear them.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not doing the laundry either.
Oh, I don't do Reggie's laundry anymore.
I
used
do
to.
because I don't like how he does it.
No.
That's how I do it. Why I get stuck doing everything, because I don't like how other people do things.
But yeah, so I love cruises. We've been on 13. Now, Izzy has been on probably about 3 or 4. So if you're wondering the difference between
So
taking,
you've actually waited a while. You had a
taking-
gap between.
we had a gap only because of COVID. But so we took
Oh,
her
true.
starting on cruises when she was about 2.5. And if you know
Oh.
me and if you know Reggie, I am paranoid about someone taking care of my
Yes.
child. So Izzy, everywhere we go, she goes. So she started traveling at about 6 months old. She's never been out of the country per se. She's been out to the Caribbean on a cruise ship, but we haven't taken her overseas yet with a passport, which we're going to do. And we're going to talk about international travel.
So you didn't need
eventually.
a passport to the Caribbean for her?
Not if you're on a cruise ship. So that's one of the things, we're going to talk
okay.
about too. But
Okay.
you don't need a passport if you're on a cruise ship going to the Caribbean because you're there. I think it's because you're with the cruise ship. I'm not sure how that
Yeah.
works, but you don't have to have one. We always make sure we carry her birth certificate with us, and we always.
yeah.
So when we first moved to Georgia, I think we talked about this on another episode too. I think the safety episode is we got her a state issued ID. So we always take that with us, just in case we do something stupid like forget the time the ship is leaving from an island.
Which happens. I've seen.
And we laugh at those people when they're
do.
running down the gangplank and the cruise ship is pulling
I
away.
laugh at that so hard.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Because I'm that person
But-
who's back I'm I need a 30-minute gap. I do not want to be stressed.
No, we are back we're like an hour beforehand.
Yeah,
So
I
I
would be the
definitely,
same
no,
way.
we don't play with that. So cruises, you can definitely take your kids or you can go by yourselves. We've done
Oh,
both.
maybe I
It's a
should go.
different experience each time.
Yeah.
And we love both of those. So when we take Izzy at 2.5, they have lots of those little play places where you can take
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Again, because I'm paranoid, I don't allow her to go into those.
Yeah.
And it has not hampered our vacation just because we're used to her being around us.
Right. That's, yeah. But that's your normal.
That's our normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's people like me who's like, I could pay somebody to take my kid. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She's kidding. She loves
I
her
am.
kids.
I do
Y'all know
love
that.
my kids. I do love my kids. And I love them more as they get older too, because I like that the relationship we have now.
Yeah.
Versus when they were children, where I felt like I was this total authoritarian over them.
Well,
And
they
I was in
can
charge of
communicate
everything.
better with you
Right,
now.
and there's the communication too, because I do like that they can say to me, like one time, I remember my daughter, side note, my daughter was sick. She was like maybe in kindergarten,
Yeah.
and she kept saying that her neck hurt.
Oh.
My neck hurts. And I was like, well, did you get whipped? Like, why? How
Why
does
does
your
her
neck?
hurt?
Yeah, and it because she didn't know the word for throat.
Oh.
Took me a long time to figure that out, and turned out she had strep throat.
Oh.
Right. Oh yeah, kindergarten. I think we had strep throat almost the entire school year. I've never,
Really?
and then we've never had it since. My son never got it. I swear, she had strep throat. Okay, but what? Where are you getting this from?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But okay, so but cruises, yes, you can definitely take kids.
Yes.
We've had friends that use those play places. Again, I do not. They're well staffed. The staff is trained, and they literally take your kids from the time you wake up until like 10 o'clock at night.
Well, and I do hear because
Or
you
midnight.
know we live in the same neighborhood, and there's
Yeah.
Facebook pages, and people do talk about the Disney cruises, which we talked about on our last.
Talked a little about Disney. We didn't talk about
Disney-
Disney cruises.
But like I hear a lot about the Disney cruises, especially
Which
for
are
kids,
very
because they
expensive.
do take your kids, and they're not just like throwing them in front of a
No.
TV screen. They're actually doing activities with them, and I
But
mean,
they do that on Carnival too.
Okay.
And Royal Caribbean and all the rest of them. They have a kids place so that, because really the cruise industry is set up for everyone to be
a
entertained.
family,
Family to be entertained.
singles,
Yeah.
older people, younger people.
Yeah.
There's a cruise for everyone.
There is. And for us, so we've been on 13, like I mentioned, and we've only been on Carnival and Royal Caribbean. So I haven't been on Celebrity or Holland or any of the really big fancy cruises. We've been on, I call it the value vacations.
Yeah.
And to me, the difference between Carnival and Royal Caribbean is rather small. The staterooms are pretty much the same size. The experience is pretty much the same. They all have entertainment. The food is a little bit different. Like with Royal Caribbean, I think they give you hot and cold options for room service, where I think Carnival might only give you cold, but you're paying like a couple of dollars for the room service anyway, so who really cares? But it's a great family vacation, in my opinion. We have a great time. And even if you keep your kid with you, or if you put your kid in kiddie camp, whatever.
I just wouldn't take mine, but it's okay.
And I would say the three biggest expenses if you're thinking about going on a cruise: one, liquor. So if you like to imbibe and you get those expensive drink packages, there's so many. I think we were talking about this a few minutes ago, and Valerie was saying, I think you have to drink at least 6 drinks per day.
Which I'm wondering how not doable that is, because I'm thinking they're kind of watered down anyways. But then you were saying that there's a theme,
There's a different drink every day.
so you can't just change it up. You're with that same drink.
I think you can change it up and might include beer, but to
I was just
me,
curious.
so we bought the soda package once. We'll never do that again because the soda was really watered down.
Ooh.
So there's a wonderful website that we love and we've been using it for years called cruisecritic.com, and we'll have that link when we put it on our webpage and also on our YouTube channel. But that will give you more information than you ever need about cruising. And it's everyone's pros and cons for every ship that is out there. And so you get everyone's opinion, the good, the bad, the ugly, about cruising. And I would strongly suggest first time cruiser, 20th cruise, go on there because they do change and probably the
Well,
ships
it's also
change.
good, especially if you're a 20th cruiser. I think it's good for you to express your opinions on that too, because
definitely.
people really need.
They need to.
As a person who's never been on a cruise, I don't even know where to start.
So 3 biggest things: liquor, casino, and excursions. So if you're a drinker and you like alcohol, what I do is I'll just get a drink at dinner.
Yeah.
And I'll get a drink if I'm playing in the casino because I do like to
So
play
that is a
blackjack.
possibility. You can get one or two
Yes, you
drinks.
can.
Okay.
You can also, depending on the cruise ship, and check cruisecritic.com, and whatever cruise you're getting on, you can bring a bottle of wine or two.
Okay. Right, because you were saying that you do that too.
We also bring our own sodas because the bubble package, when we've had it before, was extremely watered down. And Reggie does not like watered down Coke, honey.
No,
He doesn't
it's
drink
not
really
even
liquor.
worth it.
He drinks Coca-Cola.
Well, you're from Georgia, and
Well,
you're
yeah,
good
he's-
people.
Well, thank you so much.
Because I only drink Coca-Cola too. So.
I grew up drinking Pepsi.
Ooh, because you're from that other state. Sorry.
Yes, we grew up there.
Kidding. I know lots of people from there. I do give them grief though all the time. But then you were a good girl and you went to Michigan, which I'm surrounded by Michigan alumni. You don't understand.
So I would not suggest getting the bubbles package because it is to us it was watered down.
Yeah,
Coke.
no, that's just horrible. Like that's just
It's
horrible.
disgusting. And then you can also bring your own bottled water. Again, make sure the rules haven't changed because you're going to need water. And you can refill your water bottles if you want to bring your own
Do
container.
they have like the filtered water?
Some ships do.
Okay. So this is where, 'cause I remember a long time ago, I was very picky about water, and I actually bought the Brita water bottle.
You can do that.
So I'm wondering if that would be like
You can do that. You can do that.
I'm very picky about water.
I've grown up my whole life drinking bottled water.
Yeah.
Because where we lived in Michigan, different places we've lived, my parents didn't trust the water. So I've always
Michigan.
had like Culligan water, the big, the big
Yeah,
water
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You try and fill up as a kid, you waste on the floor, you drown the kitchen.
Yes.
Hey, the floor's clean. So I've always had bottled water. So I would suggest those three things. So for the liquor package, don't get it unless you're going to really drink yourself silly. Or if you think you're going to buy 10 drinks in a day every day, then maybe you should get that. So just think about the cost for that. The other one is the casino. If you are someone who likes to gamble,
I'm cheap.
be careful. We have been on cruise ships where we've seen people literally take out thousands of dollars a day. Baby, the cruise ship is making money. You're not.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're probably not going to win
And that's
thousands
after
of
you've
dollars.
already paid thousands of dollars possibly to be on that cruise.
And you're on vacation and you've been drinking. So it's a very bad idea
Do all
to
cruise
spend.
ships have casinos?
No, not all of them. The very, very high end ones do not. But like the
Okay.
value, I call them the value vacations, like
Okay.
your Carnival, your cruise, your
I
celebrity.
never really realized that they had.
Yeah, they have
casinos,
those.
So this was new for me.
And so Reggie and I love playing blackjack.
Okay.
And when we used to just go with Izzy and I, actually we'd hang out in the casinos because we both love playing blackjack.
Yeah.
And we'd always meet people. Just like we've met all kinds of people. And then they kind of become like your family.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's not like a weird family. You're not like bed hopping or anything like that. It's just you
your
get to know.
cruise family.
Right?
What's your family? No, because we've gone on vacation before, and you just find like a couple that you just click with.
We do.
And it's kind of more fun to go out with four than it is just you to dinner or something. Yeah.
And we've always just found people and we've clicked with them. There was one cruise I remember we went on, there were 6 people. We just randomly met them and we went in the casino.
Yeah.
And then we hung out for every destination and we just had a great time. And everyone, it was like, there was a couple, they were really young and there was a couple, they were really older. And Reggie and I were like the middle-aged couple and different backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
We just had a great time.
It's so much fun. Yeah, it's different.
is.
It is. That is the part that I do like about vacations, meeting people. It's like that one time. Yeah.
And you're on a
But
cruise ship.
they're part of your memory though going forward too.
They are.
So
Like one of my best cruise casino memories was, I can't remember what cruise it was on. I think it was one of the last ones we went on before COVID. And so Reggie and I, because I'm paranoid about the whole kiddie camp thing. So we timeshare Izzy. So he gets 4 hours by himself and then I get 4 hours by myself. And Izzy gets no time by herself. She has to be with the parents. Poor Izzy.
Soon she'll be able to maybe stay in the room by herself,
Sometimes.
locked in, unable to get out.
We don't do that now though. So I was playing in the casino. It was like, I don't know, 10. I've told this story before, so I think all the girls here have heard it before. And it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I went to play blackjack in the casino, and I had my little $50 because that's all I spend.
Yeah, that's good to just do
It's
it
like
that
50,
way.
sometimes up to maybe 100. Oof, I'm feeling really funny. But it was like $50. And I was hanging out with these ladies, and they were all over 60, and their last friend had turned 60. Oh my God.
Those are the best. Those are the best. That was the best night.
We were doing shots with the pit boss.
That's the best.
It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They finally had to say, y'all gotta go. I mean, they're like, okay, we're shutting the casino down. You have to go.
Amazing.
And I didn't win like tons of money. I think I may have broken even.
Yeah.
But it was
That's
just
a good night right
it
there.
was amazing. We just had a great time. We
Yeah.
were doing shots of the pit boss, talking to those ladies and just listening to their experiences of
Yeah.
being moms and now grandmas and just living
And
life.
being that friendship too.
Yes, there were like four of them, and they were living, honey. They were living their best life, and I was just happy to be just hanging out with them.
Yes.
And I don't remember, if they came up to me now, I wouldn't remember what they looked
Yeah.
like because it was years ago. But that's how cruises are. You just meet people.
It's like a little village.
is.
Yes.
And then
For
there
that period of time.
it
Yeah.
is. And there are sometimes you meet people you don't like, and you don't have to hang out. Once we were,
It's a big cruise ship.
honey,
You can go.
2,500 people. You don't have to talk to
You
everybody.
can turn around before they see you. It's okay.
There was one time we went, and this was before Izzy, and we did assigned dining. Don't do that.
That sounds miserable.
Don't do that. Pick,
Unless you're with everybody you know. Like,
yeah, don't do that. Mm-mm. I mean, you can try it, but then,
I think that's the other reason why we don't do it, because we had that bad incident. And
yeah, mm-mm.
no.
Don't do a sign table where you have the same couple every night, unless you really like them.
Yeah.
So we met this couple. They were as annoying as I've never met people more annoying in my life. Oh my God. They were horrible. So then, like the next night, we conveniently changed our dining plans. We didn't have to sit with them anymore. It was like they were like nitpicky and whining about everything. I'm like,
I don't like people
it's a
like that.
cruise.
It's a cruise. It's not 5-star dining. It's a cruise ship.
You're on a Carnival or Royal Caribbean ship. It's not going to be the Waldorf, baby. Okay.
No.
And frankly, you can't afford it. So shut up.
Yeah, if you didn't like it, you should have paid more money to be on. I don't know who's better, but
So that's the thing. So to me, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Carnival and Royal Caribbean are pretty much the same. People
Yeah.
will say like one is like the Walmart, one is like the Target.
okay.
Not so much. It depends upon what cruise cabin you get. We've done inside cabins, no window. We've done
Is that?
ports.
Do you feel claustrophobic with that? I'm just curious.
No, because
Okay.
you're in there to sleep and you leave. Because
Okay.
last time we did a balcony.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is that weird too? Like, are you
no.
afraid you're gonna
Oh
fall
my
off?
gosh, I love the balcony. So I would,
Like, I feel like I need a balcony because I want to sit out there and read. Like, I can already see myself sitting out there
your
reading.
morning coffee when you
Yeah.
have the room service come, if
Yeah.
you choose room service,
Yeah.
bringing you breakfast, and you're sitting on the balcony.
See, that's what sounds great to me.
We have to show you a picture of that. Maybe we'll have E Splice if she wants to. But sitting out there on the balcony. Now, in order to get a less expensive balcony, choose one that says obstructed view.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is it might be obstructed by like 15% or 25%.
But not the whole thing.
But not the whole thing. You're thinking, oh no, it's obstructed. There could be one pipe that is 5 inches long
Going up.
that goes down, and that's obstructed view.
Oh.
But you save several hundreds of dollars.
That, yeah. Yeah.
And so we chose that. And what I did was, when the cruise, you get to pick your cabin.
Oh.
So then I Googled the cabin number
Yes. Do that. Even for hotels and resorts, Google. Yes.
to see what other people said about that room.
Yes.
So then I saw the picture
And you're like, oh, I can deal with that.
of one 5-inch pipe going down
And you're like, oh, I'll take that.
and save $400.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes.
So do that. But so casinos, be careful. And the third biggest expense are excursions. Excursions are just what you pay for
To leave the cruise ship.
to leave the cruise ship. So you can get off the boat and never pay them any money to do an excursion.
Oh, so you don't have to pay to leave the boat. You just have to pay if they like arrange activities, which my husband is totally against doing. He would do it himself.
And that's what we do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Reggie and I are bigger people. We're bigger in width and bigger in height.
Yes.
So we've never had a problem. Plus I have the F off look on my face if you think you're gonna mess with me or my kid.
Yeah.
It's not smiling like this, okay? It's the F off look. So we've never had any problems. So for us,
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting everyone do that because y'all don't know how to do the F off look, some of you. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't do that. So we'll get off and just see who doesn't look too shady.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what you do. Yep. Yep.
And then so we've had excursions where we'll get a guy and he'll drive us around the
I
island.
hate to say it, don't look like you're an American tourist.
Don't be stupid, y'all.
Yeah. The camera wrapped around. You know.
Don't be stupid. So as Heather was saying, we're talking about the three biggest expenses on a cruise usually are
The
liquor,
excursions.
casino, and excursions. So don't be an idiot and walk off by yourself. Don't do I can do what I want to.
Oh, I can
You
find this
can.
cheaper, and then the man offers you like a third of the price, and
Yeah.
and then you come back with no identification,
Yeah,
no
no money.
bags, nothing.
And
Yeah.
you're arguing to get back on the boat. Don't be that person.
No, don't be that person.
But you
And
can
don't be late.
and don't be late. You can definitely pay once you get off the boat to find other people
Yeah.
that will take you around. And Reggie and I do that all the time. I'd say 12 out of 13 cruises we've done that. We've only paid for one excursion, and that was a catamaran.
Oh, that's something you kind of want to do. Yeah.
And I didn't want to pay for somebody else to
That's
do
a
that.
boat, and you want safety.
That was a big
You
thing.
want somebody taking responsibility. Yes.
But everything else we've always gone off. So the last cruise, even with Izzy, we'll do that. And we've taken her car seat because we want to be safe in other countries. We've taken her full car seat, and now she's in a booster seat. We still take that too. And we take it right off the boat with us. We put it in the vehicle and we strap it in just because I'm that mom.
Yep.
And no one says anything and they're fine with it. And so we've had people that will take us around an island. We've stopped at like private homes. One of the last cruises we went on in December, we went on a Christmas cruise, which I loved. It was Royal Caribbean.
That was a great idea.
Oh, it was fabulous. I loved
That was a great idea, Reggie. Because you told me it was Reggie's idea. Reggie booked it.
No, I booked it.
Oh, I thought Reggie booked it.
No, but he was well, it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a mother-daughter cruise. And Reggie included himself.
Because he likes being with his people.
He does, and I love being with him too, but it was supposed to be a mother-daughter cruise. But Daddy Pig, Izzy calls us a long time ago, Daddy Pig and Mommy Pig, and we've kept those names because we embody them. So Daddy Pig did not want to be at home while we were on a cruise, so we took him with us, and we're happy we did.
Yes.
But
he could have come and hung out with me and Alex.
Yeah.
Shoot him over to our house. He and Alex can sit in the pool listening to their music from the 70s and 80s together.
On opposite sides, not talking.
They on their devices doing their thing in the pool with a game going on the TV.
There you go. But we had a great time. And so we just found we found a bus, and I always negotiate because that's what I do.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do too. Yeah. By the way, you are supposed to negotiate. Don't feel bad. They want to negotiate. They want to barter. That's what it's called, barter.
And I don't always go with the first person. I sometimes will go with the second person.
And don't I always get a better deal. Walk away because they will come after you.
Most of the time they will.
And they'll drop the price again.
And there's always another person. So make sure you, first of all, if you're going to dicker with someone, find out where you're going to go. Yes. Make sure they're reputable. Make sure they have all their tags and licenses. That might be kind of different or hard to do in the Dominican Republic because we've done that too. But make sure that they're a reputable person, as reputable as you can get. Yeah. And you feel comfortable.
With the other group of people too that are trying, because there's a reason why you're going to find somebody who's standing a block away. Yes. There's a reason, and it's not because they're the cheapest or the best. It's because they're not being included by the other business people.
Don't do that.
Yeah, there's a reason. Stay with that group of people.
Stay with that group of people. Don't do that.
Yes.
And so, you can also get on like a little bus. Usually the buses are cheaper.
The buses are cheaper too.
And it's like a cargo van, and you can go with like 7 or 8 people, and then you get to know people that too.
On our honeymoon, that was the way the buses worked. It was on a little 5, or I don't even know what the VW bus, like a VW bus.
That's exactly what they have. And we've had the best time doing that. And then
it is cash only, so be prepared with local cash or US dollars. Lots of them will take US dollars too.
Make sure you know the conversion rate.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And when we do international, I've done a lot of international travel, and I'll give you
I will be talking not anything about that.
I will talk to you about the best way to do your exchanges.
And then so the top 10 questions. So again, top 3 expenses: liquor have a plan, casino have a plan, excursions have a plan. And we've had tons of fun doing our own excursions, not paying for them through the cruise lines.
And just to go back, because maybe people don't know this, you know where you're going on the cruises. Like, you know where you're getting off, so you can do research before you get on that cruise ship.
Great idea.
Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking
no, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's not you get on the boat and you find out, oh yeah, there's and people probably talk, because the cruise does the same thing all season long.
Yes, they do.
So they go to the same places. And be flexible, because sometimes there's bad weather and you can't go to that location.
That's true.
Again, never been on a cruise, but I hear about the disappointment people have.
No, that's true. That's true. And cruisecritic.com, I'll also link there's other travel websites. Even though we've been on literally 13 cruises, Reggie still likes to go back and listen, because he enjoys talking about cruises, listening to cruises. And there's a couple blogs.
My husband into one.
Good luck. So we'll link some of those in there too, so you can have some other people to listen to. But even in cruisecritic.com, a lot of people who have been on cruises will talk about folks that they had a great experience with. That they have not paid for excursions through the cruise ship. They paid for excursions once they got off the boat, and they'll link their websites.
Oh,
that's how we found Veronica in one of the islands we went to, and she was amazing. And that's how we found her and had a great time. It was like, I don't know, we paid like $50 a person, like $100 for the whole day. It was like 6 hours.
Yeah.
She took us on a trip around the island, and then she stayed while we were
And
like
those
playing
are
on
the
the
great
ocean.
people too, because they
Those are the
know the
best.
locals how to
Yes.
negotiate, and they know the good places to eat, because you
Yes.
don't want to go to a tourist trap. You want to go to a
No.
local place. Yeah. No, we've done that before. Like we've actually we went to Bali and went up into the mountains, and we actually rented somebody's
I need to see your
car.
picture.
And the gas, it was funny because the gas gauge was broken.
Yeah. This is not on a cruise. This is one of
No,
our
this
national
is,
trips.
and they sold gas in old glass milk bottles. That's how you bought gas. Like it's to this day, like blows my mind that we did this.
Okay.
Well, that's what we did. And yeah, but we had fun.
Yeah.
We had no idea what we were doing, but we had fun. And we
It
saw
sounds
all
fabulous.
kinds of fun things. So I'm always a big recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go with cruisecritic.com and get some of those recommendations. There's something else I was going to say, but can't think of what it is. If you're going on a cruise and you see this huge price tag, first of all, the prices you see when you first go online, whether it's Carnival or Celebrity or Royal or whatever, that's the in the door price. You have to pay for prepaid gratuities or tips. So those are going to be included, and port fees included in your vacation package. So you can pay for them at the end, or you can pay for them up front.
Okay.
I prefer just to pay for them up front.
Just be done.
Just be done with it. Now, if you want to pay it over time, you can do that too. Some of the websites, like if you're paying $3,000 for a cruise, you can put, a percentage down and then spread it out over several months if you want to do that. Some of them offer that as well. And it's not like you're being charged interest on it.
Yeah.
Because I think our cruise for December, I put like $600 down or $900 down, and I just paid it off over 3 months because that's what I chose to do.
Right.
Whether I had money in my account or not, I'm not going to tell you that. But that's what I chose to do.
Well,
You can
sometimes
do
it's
that.
just better for budgeting.
Yes, because sometimes
Because
you
you
just
only
don't
get
want
paid
a big,
so much.
yeah, you just don't want big chunks coming out of your paycheck. So you can do that too. Do we tip extra on cruises? Yes, I do. If I have had a great room
Oh
steward,
yeah, absolutely.
that's the other thing. I love cruises because one, no one can call or text you unless you pay for those packages.
Yeah.
Don't pay for the package, honey. Just let the phone go. Put it in the safe and be
That's
done.
what I'm
Okay?
thinking,
Just have
too.
fun. You can get Wi-Fi. It works fairly well. Reggie's had conference calls and actually worked on cruises. I actually built our website from daysteers.com and updated it on the cruise because I wanted to. I know it was stupid. I should have been vacationing, but for me, that's what I wanted
That's
to do.
what you wanted to do. That was what you want. You were excited about getting it together. Yeah.
And I was doing it on the balcony with coffee. So it wasn't really work.
I love those kinds of days too, though. So.
So I do pay because the room steward, when you've had a great one, they come and refresh your room twice a day. After you leave in the morning, if you want them to, they refresh it.
Yeah.
And then when you're out all day, you come
I'm
back,
all
take a
about
shower
that.
for
I
dinner.
don't understand.
They'll refresh it again.
I don't understand that people are like, oh, don't make up my room while I'm gone. I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
And I know it's bad for the environment, but I do like getting clean towels every day.
I do.
Because I'm on vacation, and I don't do that at home.
I don't do that at home. And in a hotel room, I don't usually do that.
If
I'll
you-
get fresh towels for a hotel room, but I don't want them coming in and cleaning. But on a cruise ship, honey, I'm like a queen of
I
Sheba.
want everything
I
done.
want them to, if they want to do it, scrub the balcony, scrub everything you do. Yes, do it.
Please do it.
Please do it. And I tip for that too. I definitely tip extra on top of what they pay
Yeah.
for. But that's just me. Also, Izzy has allergies. So high fructose corn syrup, artificial dyes, she can't eat them. So I was going to say that in our Disney episode. Disney is fabulous for food allergies.
Oh, yes.
Literally, the chef
Yes.
comes out of the kitchen. This isn't just on a Disney cruise. This is at the actual theme park. The chef will come out of the kitchen and talk to you about
your
your allergy.
allergies.
The same thing. So we were on a Royal Caribbean ship. I think it was Brilliance of the Seas we went on.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up and I'll tag it for you guys. Amazing experience from beginning to end. We told them our daughter had allergies.
Yeah.
Told them what they were.
Yeah.
The person who was taking care of us, our room steward knew. Also, the people that worked in the dining room knew. They reviewed every single menu item with Izzy.
Nice.
Izzy's also a vegetarian, which complicates it even further. There were some noodles that she wanted. She couldn't have those noodles. They went and made sure that she got a different type of noodle and made her a fresh sauce, y'all.
That's nice.
Now you've already paid for the cruise.
And now they're going above and beyond.
Above and beyond. And I don't know if they did that for everyone, but they did it for us. But we're also not nasty people. We're not going to be,
No.
well, I told you I want this and I can do what I want. Don't do that. These people are, first of all, underpaid.
They're very underpaid. They're
And they
getting
work
off
hard.
tips. It's
Extremely.
all about the tips that
It is.
barely brings them up to minimum wage.
And we are very kind when we go on the
And
cruises.
they're working a lot of hours on that cruise ship.
And a lot of time they're there for 3 to 6 months. They don't see their families, their kids. And that's not your problem. And you don't have to think about that when you're on a cruise. But if you're going to go off on them because you didn't like the way they put the mint on your pillow, or they're 5 minutes later bringing the juice that you wanted for your child,
Nope.
keep that in mind before you say anything.
Like
you need to have some grace, okay? Yes, you're on vacation and you can get it your
you've
way.
paid a lot of money, but I mean,
And you've paid a lot of money, but you need to have a little bit of grace, okay?
Yes. Otherwise, go for the really, really, really expensive cruise ship where you have your own person who does everything.
Yeah, your own concierge.
Yeah.
But if you're on a value
Yep.
vacation, you are not the queen on that ship. You can have a great time. They will definitely cater to you.
Yeah. But be patient.
But be patient.
Yeah. Because there's also a lot of other people there too who need just as much help.
And
or asking for things, I should say.
And the other thing is too, when you're going on cruises, people think there's people all the time. I've actually been in areas of the cruise ship. There was nobody in there. And I'm thinking, did I miss the rapture? I mean, it was like, it was so weird.
Oh, it's just me. It's the mom come true dream.
So you can go in areas.
What was the spell again that I did?
And there was nobody. And they also have areas where it's just adults.
Oh, I like that.
Like it's called the Serenity Deck or something.
Ooh, that sounds perfect.
And they're literally just you and adults.
It's just adults.
No kids.
It's just a.
And the spas, yes.
Is it over 42, I hope. You should be an over 40.
Sometimes the adults act like children. I'm just saying.
Sometimes the adults are the problem.
The adults are the problem.
Not saying you guys are. But you know who we're talking about.
All drunk people that can't handle their liquor.
Oh. I've never had alcohol before.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get on a cruise ship.
And fall over.
And get my money's worth.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, man. That's what would happen with my husband on a cruise ship. I'm not kidding you.
If you're also afraid that you're going to get on a cruise ship and get sick, so I've had everything. I've been bit by a monkey. I've come home and there's been like black things on my leg. I've been throwing up and going at the same time in the sink and toilet. Like I've gotten sick. I've been to the infirmary twice. No, my husband is not poisoning me, so don't even think it that way. It's just things happen. Yeah. And I still go on cruises. Yeah. I get motion sickness sometimes. I do take Dramamine. My recommendation, if you do get motion sickness, don't wait until you're about to throw up to take it. No. It's too late.
It's too late. It takes a good time. Take it before you get on that cruise ship, and I guess steadily take it?
I do. Yeah. I do. I take it maybe an hour before I'm going to get on, and then I take it maybe once a day in the morning with breakfast. Yeah. Now this last cruise, I did have to take
find like a half
more.
dose. Like I feel like I think it depends on the.
It depends on if it's drowsy or less drowsy. Now this last cruise, Izzy wasn't feeling so good because that cruise ship was rocking. It was rocking so badly.
Christmas too. Like it's winter.
It was
even down in Florida.
They had bags like puke bags on the stairwell because it was rocking so bad. So if you feel sick, don't wait till you're going to throw up. Dramamine takes sometimes 30 to 45 minutes before it works.
Yes.
Take it. Have something to eat with it first. Maybe have something to eat or something to drink. Then take it.
Some bread.
Whatever is on. We are not doctors.
No.
Please read all instructions and make sure that it's not going to interfere.
Because everybody affects differently too. Like I know that for me, Dramamine is like NyQuil. All I need is a half dose.
It depends on who you are.
Need the full
Make
dose.
sure you read the directions and the dosage information. So if you're going to give it to your child or to someone else who takes medication, read the dosage medication. Talk to your doctor about Dramamine before you take it, especially for children. Before I gave it to Izzy, I read the packaging instructions at least 4 times to make sure that I was not giving her the wrong amount for her.
Right. And because I took the wrong amount once. I went on a cruise ship. It was not a cruise ship. It was a casino ship out of South Florida, and everybody was motion sickness, of course, except for my 2 aunts who I'm with, who were just standing there going, I don't know why. I mean, people were laying on the floor. It was so bad. And they kept looking at me going, you took Dramamine? And I said, well, yeah, but you know, I forget how the conversation came up, but it turned out there were supposed to have been 2 tablets in my little thing, and I only had 1. So I only took half the dose.
Okay.
And so that's probably why I never got violently ill, but I had to lay down. I couldn't stand up. But now I know that I need, because we used to do ferries in Seattle, and I just know if it was a fast moving ferry too.
I gotta take it.
Yeah, so I take it, but I've learned that I can probably get away with a half dose. With
of the full strength?
Of the full strength.
Because they make it full strength and half strength.
And there's the ships that I've been on just hand them out as you're boarding, like candy. Like, oh, here's the anti. And it's a ferry boat too, so they know people.
Maybe that's a little different.
It's a 2-hour boat. I forget how long it is from Seattle to Victoria, but they were handing them out.
Really?
Yeah, because they know. But like I take one with a mimosa and I'm good.
Because I've been on the Staten Island ferry, like, and I didn't need
this
it.
This was a hydro, fast moving
Okay.
one, and so you're kind of up on top
Yeah.
of the. Yeah.
Okay. But
As I gotten older, my stomach is a lot more. I could sit backwards on a train and have nothing. Now I sit backwards on
I can't sit
anything and I
backwards on
am
anything.
gone.
I can't.
I'm better
I
off
can't.
just
I can't.
standing the entire
I
time.
can't. Another thing I want to talk about is safety on a cruise.
Safety.
Watch your children, okay?
Because it is
This
thing with water around it.
It's water, but there's also people, you don't know everybody on that cruise ship. And not everyone has the best intentions for you and your family. And you
Yes.
don't hear about all the stories where kids have been inappropriately touched. So you want to be careful. You don't have to be afraid, but go back and review
It's
what we
just
said
like-
about
it's like safety
kids
you
and
would
safety
have
in public.
a
We talked
place.
we
Yeah.
talked about that
Yeah.
on another podcast
Yeah.
or a show. So review that.
And I feel like it's good too to just kind of talk to your own kids. Like talk to your kids too. Don't leave
right.
them in the dark so they're not
No.
wondering, why did you get mad that I went off with
Yeah.
that I was talking to this person? Like explain to them.
Yeah.
Because then they'll be a little bit more aware too of their surroundings.
I would not send my child, if I was sitting in the dining room, back to our room
No.
to get something by themselves. I would not do that.
No.
Even if their child is 14, I would not
Yeah.
do that
Buddy
because they
system.
get snatched.
Buddy system.
Definitely the buddy system. Make sure their buddy is not an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, talk to your children and
Yeah.
make them aware. It's not being afraid, it's being aware.
It's like I told my kids all the time, I'd rather you scream your head off
Yeah.
over something that maybe you're not sure of and it turning out to be nothing
Yep.
than that you didn't think to do it and
Yep.
it turned out to be something.
Yep.
I know there's a better way to say that, but
No,
that's what I'm saying.
that's a good way to say it. Yeah, just be
Yeah.
aware.
Yes.
Don't skip the safety drills. You can't anyway. They will find you. Make sure we've never had a problem with this cruise ship sinking or
No.
having to get on the
You're here.
lifeboats. Yeah.
And you have no good story to tell.
Yeah, that's true. we have
You
been
could
on
have had a good story. Sorry.
we have been on a cruise ship once where we were rushing to rescue someone in the middle of the ocean,
Yeah.
and we did see the helicopters come in to
That's kind of
pick someone up.
exciting.
That
a
was
little
fun.
bit. It's kind of
well, not
exciting.
for
Like I feel
yeah.
bad for that poor person.
I do too. I do.
But it's kind of exciting.
So we were on that kind of cruise ship, and we've so that's probably the most excitement we've had
Yeah.
for that kind of
Yeah.
safety
But I'm also
situation.
the safety mom. I truly believe, like, everybody needs to know where. I just took my daughter to see Wicked the other night, and I was pointing out the exit signs. Like, you know where to go. You know where the car is parked. You have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just don't let them go off by themselves. It's just not a good idea.
Yeah. But
You don't know everybody.
and I kind of always like to have a meeting place
That's also
for
a
my
good idea.
family too, especially when we're going to like some big event,
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
if we get separated, go here. It's
Yep.
usually like a place too where there's like officials, somebody who works there. Go there. Use your cell phone to call me. If you've
Yep.
lost your cell phone for some reason, ask somebody. That's why my kids still know my phone number by heart. That's why I didn't get a new phone number when I moved, because the whole world knows my number.
That's true. There are 10 questions that people ask about cruising. How much does it cost? When you go to book your cruise, the whole price is there, okay? Everything's there. All your meals are included. Your entertainment on board is included. Now, there are some cruises that have like offshoot restaurants and you do have to pay, but they're probably still less expensive than what you're getting here in the United States.
Yeah.
And you get more food and the service is better. I'm just saying. What should you do with your kids? We already talked about that. And what should you pack? You're going to overpack. You will.
I always underpack. I'm not going to kid you.
Every cruise I've been on, except for this last one, I always come home with clean clothes because there's like 3 or 4 outfits we didn't wear.
Yeah.
If you want to dress up, there's usually at least one night where you can dress up. And less people do it now than they used to be. It used to be
That
everyone
used to be
dressed
almost
up.
why I didn't want to go, because I didn't
love
have
it.
that kind of, I didn't want to go out and buy the stuff to be all dressed up.
No, just kind of somewhat fancy dress. You can put a tiara on with a dress, and all of a sudden it's fancy. I mean, it's just fun. So I always, pack just one fun, kind of fancy dress if you want to. Do you need a passport? The cruises we've been on, no, you don't. Is it safe? Yes, it's safe, but don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, and we talked about that. The theme for today is don't be stupid. Okay, is it boring? No.
Only if you make it boring.
Only if you make it boring. If you don't play in casinos, you don't have to. If you don't drink, that's
Yeah.
fine. There are so many activities to do on a
Right.
cruise ship for you and your family. They had something that was fun as like you had to design a balloon, the thing with the balloon with the basket. What do you call that thing?
A hot air
A hot air balloon out of a water balloon to see if it would bounce or break an egg from the 5th and the 9th and the 13th balcony.
That must have been fun for kids
It
too,
was, and it was
especially.
fun for adults too, yes. And there were whole team competitions for families. Don't get on the cell phone so much. You know, if you have to buy the package, the Wi-Fi package for work, I get that. But if you don't, just don't.
Be on vacation.
Be on vacation and just have a good time. You paid for this. So is it boring? I have never been bored on a cruise ship.
I want to be bored, so I'm going to be fine with that if I was bored. I just want a quiet place with a book to read and I can prop my feet up.
And the libraries are usually very quiet. Not too many people go in there.
Oh, see, I'd be perfect.
What's the difference between cruise ship lines? If you're going on value vacations, not much. People keep saying Walmart cruise versus Target cruise. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity. Royal Caribbean and Carnival are pretty much here. I think Celebrity and Princess are probably a little bit over
I always
those,
wanted to do Princess just because
Princess?
of the show,
Yes.
Love Boat.
Yes, that would be fun.
I don't think Captain Ewing's around anymore, but that would have been fun.
That would have been fun. But those value vacations, you're still going to have a great time. Does it matter which cabin you get, a suite versus a balcony versus a porch versus inside?
How much money do you want to spend?
How much
space do you want?
How much space do you want? If you have a family, I suggest getting the balcony room only because the balcony room.
It's like almost having a second room, I guess.
You do. And with the outside, it feels like the room is bigger. So when you're getting dressed in the morning, someone can go sit in the balcony.
Yeah.
Someone can be over in the other areas. And you feel like you have more room, but you don't have to do that. We've done all of them.
Right.
You don't need a suite. An inside room is just fine. You're there to experience the cruise, not your room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Are there a lot of parties? Again, you can find spaces where there aren't people. It's very, very easy. You don't have to go to every entertainment. You don't have to be around the party people. Right. There's lots of places to go on a cruise ship, even if you're going on a smaller boat being like 2,500 people.
Yeah.
You can do that. What can you bring? Go to cruisecritic.com for the updated list of items of how much soda or water or wine you can bring on board. You cannot bring liquor. Don't bring a flask. They will take it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. What happens if I get sick? Like I said, I visited the infirmary. They're nice people.
Is it a decent size? Like I'm picturing the infirmary from the Love Boat, which was really tiny. I'm thinking they're not that small.
It's a good size infirmary. The other thing with the infirmary is they will charge you. So that is not included in your cruise package. Anything they give you, if they give you an aspirin, they will charge you and they will tell you.
Bring your over-the-counter stuff with you.
Yeah, bring the stuff that you think you're going to need. Also, the people in the infirmary typically aren't service-oriented, so they're going to be a little cranky.
Well, my mother-in-law used to, she would do cruises for free because she was a nurse. And they get to cruise for free because you go and you work so many hours. Yeah, she did. I can't think of what it was called, what she did, but my brain just shut off for the day.
What happens?
But yeah, so she would go in and do it. It was like people who needed to get services done, and they'd go on cruises. So she would go on. She'd work for a few hours, and then she got to cruise for free. And usually did it with like a friend. So she would do it with another nurse because they'd share a room.
Nice.
Yeah, she did it a couple of times. So she used to enjoy doing that. So that's probably why they're not service oriented, because they're probably true doctors or nurses who are giving up a few hours of their vacation for a free cruise.
Might be.
I don't know if that's still the case, but I know she used to do that.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's our little take on cruises. We'll have some plugs. I don't want to say plugs, but we'll have some links to some of the websites, like I said, that Reggie has used. Cruisecritic.com. I can't overemphasize that website because it's hundreds and thousands of people, normal people who have been on cruises that will tell you
their opinions. Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt. One of the things we do like, I will say this, and then we're going to
wrap it up
because I know we're over time, is in the dining hall. You do not have to go upstairs to the Lido deck for every meal. You can go in the actual dining room and sit down and have them serve you breakfast and lunch and dinner. If you don't want to sit down and have someone serve you breakfast and lunch and dinner in the dining room, then you can go to the Lido deck. When you're sitting down for breakfast or lunch or dinner and you want a couple of different options, like if you want the filet mignon and you want the salmon for dinner, you can have both because you've paid. Yes, you can. So sometimes we'll order 2 entrees and 2 desserts. You can do that. You're allowed. You come home bigger.
Well, that's why,
But you can do that.
You can do that.
So thank you so much for joining us as we talked about cruising.
Yes.
And you can find us. Oh, please share. Please share our website. Please share our social
media,
links.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and our website.
From daystoyears.com. So share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with your family.
Just share everywhere.
Just share everywhere. We appreciate you coming and spending time with us today, and we hope you like the chatter.
Bye.